Okay. Sorry, I know I'm a bit late. I do apologize. Not like there was anybody waiting on me. Doesn't seem like. But today, let's get us educated on sobriety a little bit more. Why it's important. Now, for me, the more time that I have spent sober, the more time it's easier. Like, the easier things get. I really do believe that the use of drugs invites unpleasant things into your mind and body. I really do believe that drugs are the tools of the devil. So, for me, the relationship between religion, morality, and substance is pretty complex and varies depending on your belief system, but in religious contexts like Christianity, drugs are viewed as harmful, leading people down paths away from their moral and spiritual obligations and could be metaphorically described as tools of the devil, like I just said. It does lead to damages of the body and mind, leads to immoral behavior, and it it's seen as contrary to divine will, if you will. On the other hand, like some other religious interpretations that not might frame drugs and alcohol so harshly, but misuse of drugs exposes human errors and weaknesses. All right, sorry, I'm almost done. Um, Indigenous traditions have used psychoactive substances, but I'm talking about the real grab you by the balls and drag you down drugs and alcohol. Um, Non secular terms deal with, you know, drugs using for terms of health or societal norms. And, to me, drugs are inherently evil. But, um, drugs are synthesized for various purposes, including medical treatment, pain relief, or spiritual exploration. Now, depending on good or bad, really depends on the context of your use. But for me, because drugs lead to absolutely freaking nowhere, yeah, for me, all drugs have done to me is been just taking me places I don't want to go. Excuse me. Now, excuse me. Okay, how is this going? Excuse me. Oh, thank you for joining. Almost done, sorry. Now, thank you for dropping that like. Um, okay, good. God willing. Um, so, medical use, obviously, you can't really hate on anyone for medical use of substances. Now, as far as Kitty, I'm sorry, you're really, really kind of getting on my nerves here, Kitty. Um, mm, Recreational use. Um, to me, it depends really on the context of, how often you use, but eventually you go down paths that destroys lives, relationships, and communities. So, to me, that's evil. Um, harmful consequences come from, using drugs, and that's why I deem it problematic and evil. Especially when addiction can be tied to mental health issues, criminal behavior, self-destructive life choices, negative outcomes, and those consequences reflect the misuse of the drug and the substance itself is kind of a negative thing here, but you know, the use of it over and over again can, in my opinion, be deemed a very negative thing. Culturally, you know, people have tended to see uh, drugs as, you know, a negative thing, and drugs aren't really considered inherently evil, but substances are bad in the sense that it has both positive and negative outcomes. So, um, you know, like the only positive outcome is not using, in my opinion. Drugs can be beneficial in a hospital setting, but otherwise, I think addictions are, well, bad. Harmful addictions are generally perceived as bad. Um, I mean, for all the reasons that I've listed already, but um, not all drugs are inherently bad, but um, it really depends on context. Once again, spiritual quote unquote addictions or using substances in that context, you can't really perceive as a terrible thing. But to me, you go down these roads and they all lead to the same place. Nowhere. You end up losing important things. You end up hurting people that you love. I remember when I did meth. This was really disgusting, okay? I could see my thoughts getting more and more evil and sick. I used to remember thinking more and more perverted things. I mean, what more do you need than that to show you that drugs are disgusting? How do you break addiction? You gotta know that the problem's there, be self aware, do an assessment on your health. What consequences are there with your relationship, work, overall well being? Get support, professional help if you need to. Support groups are good. Social support. We got to set goals, avoid your triggers, and be able to identify them. Build your healthy habits. Do behavior therapy. Do regulation skills. Get on medication. This has really helped me manage your cravings. Get a plan in place for relapse prevention and stay sensitive. Next week I will try very hard to be on time. Once again, there wasn't anybody in here, but please like and subscribe. And thank you.